So Jay, tell me what booty tastes like.
Like any other piece of flesh, really, man. Hey, if you were to kill someone, how would you do it?
I don't want to answer that question on the recording.
That's fair. That's fair. What happened? What happened in the world, man?
What did happen?
What fucking happened to our world?
And you know what? Now the Amazon's on fire.
That's not right. Is
It's
it really?
true.
What?
That is true. The Amazon is being set on fire as we speak.
The rainforest?
The rainforest.
The wet and damp rainforest is a burning?
Mm-hmm.
What is there to burn? Bodies. That's what it is.
Oil.
Oh.
Oil company just got
That's sad.
sued for tearing up the rainforest, and they lost. And then, like, the next day, the rainforest is on fire.
Yeah. Wow. They shouldn't have lost. Because they have that kind of power to, like, oh, okay, well, you're going to get mad at us. We're just going to burn down your Earth.
The good
Literally.
news is the planet's going to survive this.
Yeah. Doesn't, like, humanity might, but
The rest of us are pretty fucked. But
the planet will be fine.
it'll regrow.
It'll be fine until the sun explodes. That's the fucking crazy thing. You ever
That the
think about
planet
that?
can't get away from the sun exploding.
The sun will explode one day.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Do you think there will be humanity unlucky enough to, like, experience that? Because that's going to be awful.
At this rate, no. But
Yeah. There will be some sort of life that'll experience that
it'll
sort
probably
of
be a
devastation.
new form of life that does not exist right now.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Can you imagine, like, 3 million years from now? You know, they think cephalopod, like squid and octopus, would have the potential to be, like, the next higher intelligence on the planet.
Well, there is a video game about that.
Wait, what?
It's called Splatoon.
That was a movie, and that was called Platoon.
No. Speaking of movies, part 2.
Is that what Platoon was about?
Squid? Yeah, I think so.
I've never seen that one. Is that the one where they go, "Did him out"? No, that's Reindeer Games.
I have not seen either of these movies, so I don't know.
Yeah, Reindeer Games. What's his fuck is getting beaten, like slapped, because he's a prisoner of war.
Loki?
Loki.
It's the only thing I know about Reindeer Games is that Iron Man called Loki Reindeer Games.
Oh, I was like, I don't think Loki was in that movie. Unless you saw one that I wish I saw.
No?
Will you speak into the microphone, please? God damn it.
Maybe.
That was me, because I wasn't speaking into it. Yeah, movies. Oh, Ryan Horn liked our home improvement discussion last week.
He was texting me about it.
You guys text behind my back?
About you.
What?
Fuck.
I'm Vader choking him right now. See that? Guess what I'm going to do to you, Ryan?
The heat's making it hard for me to come back from that one. Our air conditioning still doesn't work, so.
I know. You got to tune in to Nerd Cult Underground Home Improvement.
So,
Thanks,
thanks, Wakefield, for not helping me fix my air conditioning like I commanded.
He did send a banger. He tagged us or sent a photo of his bangers and mash.
Yeah, he did do that.
Banger and mash.
But that doesn't make it any cooler in here. It actually makes it hotter.
Hey.
But yeah, Ryan recommended a movie to me called The Babysitter, but it's like one of my favorite movies, so I already knew about it.
Oh. You and Ryan know each other just so fucking well now. 2 episodes of Biff Bam Bort, and you're Ryan Horn's buddy.
The only thing you said in front of that mic was Ryan Horn's buddy.
That was it. You did 2 Biff Bam Borts, right?
I did the Gremlin episode and the Die Hard episode.
Die Hard. Fuck yeah. This Christmas, man. You ready to do it again?
I was born ready, motherfucker.
Because that's what Biff Bam Bort is. It's a holiday movie commentary podcast. One of a kind, guys.
Yep.
Where you can hear Nerd Cult Underground and Ryan Horn. You hear that, Ryan? We've taken over Biff Bam Bort now, too.
So let's address the elephant in the room.
God damn. Where did you get the elephant?
At the store. The elephant store.
No, that's fair. So,
Sony.
Oh my God.
Reportedly backed out of their deal with Marvel. From what I understand, and this is just hearsay, Sony was originally being paid 98% of...
I think it was 95. I think Disney was getting 5%
of the profits of the Spider-Man
exactly. Yeah.
And Disney said, all right, we've been killing it.
Yeah.
Our last movie, one of our last Marvel movies is now the highest grossing movie of all time. We want half.
Yeah.
And Sony would not give them half.
But here's the shitty kicker that makes me side with Disney on this. Is Disney didn't just say give us half. They said that they'll start putting up half for the production of the ongoing the movies to come.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. They said, we're going to invest this much more into making the next Spider-Man great and just like building off that.
Yeah.
And Sony said no. So they weren't just asking for half. They were willing to... They just wanted in return what they're putting in, and they offered to put in a shit ton more.
And the question is, why? What?
Yeah.
Sony.
They don't like money over there.
They like one good Spider-Man movie out of fucking 4.
Yeah, which was animated.
3, 4, 5. Counting Venom, we'll go ahead and give them Venom 2 for 6. So you've made 7 Spider-Man movies. One was good. Or one was great, I should say.
One was great, but it's animated. Mm-hmm. And that's a big factor in making a Spider-Man movie an easier win, because it's the taking it live action that has been the problem.
Right.
You can give us a million different animated Spider-Mans, and they're all probably going to be pretty good, because let's be real, the characters are fucking good.
Yeah, and
it's hard to write a bad Spider-Man, but somehow Sony's been able to do it more often than not in the live action realm. Why are you ruining Tom Holland's career? That boy has given us nothing but gold, and you're fucking him in the butt.
You know what really pisses me off as a fan? We just got Jameson.
And let's talk about
we didn't even get a full movie of Jameson.
That's true. Homecoming could have stayed. Like, if they did this after Homecoming, they could have diverted and it not be a big deal, because Spider-Man helped the Avenger, or helped Iron Man, and Iron Man was in bits and pieces of Spider-Man 1. But you could take Homecoming to another direction entirely and leave the MCU behind.
Yeah.
All of Far From Home is Spider-Man's leading the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, he is our next Iron Man, figure. Your whole Spider-Man universe right now.
Yeah.
Met Thanos. It was blipped away. Your whole Spider-Man franchise right now is based upon the MCU. You can't say you're going to detach.
Yeah.
How do you detach from your defining story-driving, theme to your last movie? Because Mysterio doesn't happen unless Endgame happens.
And, I guess the question now is Sony going to try to make another movie with... are they going to try to make the third movie in that series? And cut out Marvel entirely.
I don't see how they could.
I
think they said that they're going to continue with Tom Holland, which Tom Holland, that poor guy. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was real what I saw, but somewhere it said that he after the news he unfollowed Sony on Instagram or Twitter or something like that.
That's pretty funny.
That is really funny. And what a statement in this day and age too. It's I can't verbally say fuck you guys because I'm under some sort of contract
and underage.
Yeah,
he's not underage. I'm just
I mean, I think he's 21 actually, right?
Yeah, something like that. He's in his 20s for sure. Ask Kiri, she knows.
Yeah, she definitely knows. She's probably made sure that's nice and legal. Just given the opportunity.
Yep.
That poor kid, man. It's I can't vocally say I hate you and I want you to die, but to people of this generation, me not following you now means I don't approve.
Right. So now the debate is split up amongst the majority
Yeah.
People who are mad at Sony. And then there's the minority who are mad at Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Where make mine Marvel. Honestly, because...
Make mine Marvel. Marvel, or Disney, I should say, not Marvel.
I mean, Marvel's still themselves, you know?
Yeah.
For the most part, because this was a Feige...
But I mean, people are putting it as Sony against Disney.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, because this was a Feige in Marvel Studios move. Sure, they have Disney money.
Yeah.
But it's, Disney... Like, Mickey Mouse didn't play a part in this.
Right. When they're saying, man, I must sound all nasally today.
It's all that cocaine you did.
All that cocaine. I'm too fat for cocaine.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You fuck.
I lost my train of thought.
Sony,
Disney. Well,
Mickey Mouse.
I know. I am of the opinion, and I would find it hilarious, and I'd be okay with it if Disney bought Sony.
Yeah.
Just because of this, as a fan. This is just me as a fan saying, yeah, eat a dick.
Yeah.
As a reasonable human being, though, Disney's empire does not need to grow any more than it already has.
I'm a fanboy, so
hey, I like Disney too.
Buy it all. Buy us.
I would take that check.
We're for sale.
That's for sure. But either way,
I don't know, man. And like, I don't see the ability to be mad in at Disney for this, because again, they're not saying give us more. They're saying we're gonna give more, so we want more.
Yeah.
Which fuck, I think that's just common sense, right? Like, we're not gonna put more into you, Sony, for our 5% return.
Yeah.
Like, that's unfair. And without the MCU, you guys still only have failing Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man 1 was good.
Spider-Man 1 had the distinct advantage of being the first Spider-Man movie.
So,
and I mean, I guess there's the old 71s, but I mean, like, as far as with the CGI age and all that, this is the first real Spider-Man movie.
Green
it's
Goblin,
just like the X-Men. At the time, we're excited. Holy shit!
Yeah,
I'm seeing Spider-Man swing around. He just webbed up Green Goblin.
Green Power Ranger man.
Yeah,
like it wasn't good.
It wasn't perfect, but it was great because we
it was all we had.
Anything else.
It's all we had.
Now our options are much more.
Yeah, and they kind of just like Spider-Man 2 is still. I mean, that was a great Doc Ock.
Yes.
Not a lot else to say good about that movie.
Doc Ock threw a car at somebody to get their attention.
It was a great Doc Ock, and that doesn't save an entire film though. And then the dog shit that is Spider-Man 3. Like, you guys fucking lost it. And then you gave us the Amazing Spider-Man, which...
It was okay.
It was alright. It was alright.
It was better than Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Possibly better than Spider-Man 1, but not quite better than Spider-Man 2.
It's like you finally gave us a great Spider-Man. Like, Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think it was good. Better than Tobey Maguire. But the villains are still wretched. Like, they're still awful.
Yeah.
Like, you botched the Lizard.
Well, I remember seeing the trailer at first for Amazing Spider-Man and having that great line where, like, the thug, like, pulls a knife out on him and he goes, "Oh, no, it's my one weakness, a knife." And then he, like, webs him. And that was funny. And I was like, cool, we're going to get a real quippy Spider-Man.
Exactly.
He wasn't that quippy in the Tobey Maguire trilogy, but, like... And then you see the movie and... It's the only quip ever.
That's all
it's
it
like,
was.
I already heard it. And to be fair, that's because he was fighting the Lizard, and there's no point in quipping at the Lizard.
Well, this Lizard was like, he could hold conversation. He could stop. He could talk. Like I don't
remember. I remember him being more animal-like.
I think they had banter.
I don't remember that at all.
I think they did. I've only ever seen it once. And then
the second one, I mean, I love Jamie Foxx, but
I hated that Electro.
It was not a great Electro, no.
Jamie Foxx is great, but okay, why didn't he just play good-looking Jamie Foxx too? Yeah. Like, you're trying to convince us that Jamie Foxx is like a unattractive dude.
Right.
That's not gonna work.
No.
You don't take like just a naturally just suave motherfucker
and
he's a great actor. He's not that good of an actor. You know, he's not Daniel Day-Lewis.
Well, he played a great Ray.
But yeah, Ray's
His
also
dramatic stuff is fantastic.
Ray's also a cool guy. Like Jamie,
that's fair. Jamie Foxx. It's like all he had to really be was blind.
Exactly. Like
And then
can
he was
sing
Ray
like
Charles.
a motherfucker.
He
Was
can sing
super
great,
suave,
super suave,
and cool. Like
cool,
not a
good looking.
not
like,
a
he's the guy.
not a stretch for Jamie Foxx. See, like
His daughter is also good looking.
Ray Charles, Jamie Foxx.
Foxx.
Oh, I have no idea.
I
believe it, but
we
I don't
watch Beat Shazam.
I didn't know he had a daughter.
Yeah, we watch Beat Shazam, and he's the host, and his daughter's the DJ.
Huh. Weird. She's a DJ.
We want to go on Beat Shazam because Brittany would destroy it.
Yeah.
And so our plan is we go there. I'm there just to provide comedy.
Yeah.
Brittany doesn't have that kind of personality, but I could sit there and cut up with Jamie Foxx and hit on his daughter, and she can win us $1 million.
I mean, I think let's just will this into the universe. If you want something hard enough.
Yeah.
And what a good that's how I want you to die. I don't want you to enjoy the millions of dollars. I want everything you want to come true in that moment. And like you have an aneurysm or something. Like you keel over.
Saying then Jamie Foxx beats you to death for hitting on his daughter on live TV.
No, you hit this level of joy that you just like your brain snaps. So you die very happy, but
that is a very scary thought.
I want that much good to happen to you, but you will die as a result.
You want me to, when I finally experience joy, to die.
So that's all you remember in life.
And
that'll never,
When I was younger and gothy,
yeah,
I sold my soul to death for happiness.
Oh, that's such a happy thing.
You pretty much just described the deal that I made.
Well, I mean,
as a 13-year-old.
I know you. We've been doing this for a long time. Yeah, man. What were we talking about? Jamie Foxx can't play a nerd.
We were talking about Spider-Man. Well, I mean, I always said once that I think Will Smith is a great actor.
Yeah.
But until I see him play like just a nerdy character, I won't believe it. And the closest he's come is, I can't remember if it was, I think it was that one where he has the job of getting people to hook up across.
Yeah,
Hitch.
It was Hitch.
Which is a good movie.
Yep.
That one has like some like flashback scenes where he's supposed to be a nerdy kid. But all it is just him wearing glasses and carrying books, and that's and I mean,
and when you were the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, we know how cool you were.
It's like, come on, man,
you're
not fooling us.
As a young man,
glasses and books will not ugly up Will Smith, y'all.
Eddie Murphy couldn't even really pull off playing like a nerd.
It took him a while.
He had to put a fat suit on.
He did have to put a fat.
He had to not look like Eddie Murphy for us to kind of believe that, because just natural Eddie Murphy. He's also too cool.
And the reason for that is because black don't crack.
Dude, Sam Jackson is like the poster boy of that. Even
you want to know?
Does Morgan Freeman look old?
You want to know?
I mean, if you cut the gray hair,
Morgan Freeman's like 200. You want to know the one black actor who is suave and looks great and is undeniably cool, but can pull off the nerdy character?
Marlon Wayans.
Jaleel White.
Oh my God.
You forgot about like
Jaleel White is an anomaly.
Poster child of nerddom.
Oh shit, that might just mean Jaleel White is the best actor
in the world. Perhaps.
Because what a feat! What a feat to give. Because you are naturally Stefan Urkel.
Yeah.
Like you're naturally that fucking cool.
Yeah.
But to make us think that you're just like you're Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel, who is just a poster boy of the like stereotypical nerd kid.
Yeah.
Like if you could be
after the first season of
that's like Daniel Day-Lewis doing Lincoln. Like that's Daniel Day-Lewis was Lincoln.
Oh. I was thinking of Morris Day.
Morris Day didn't do Lincoln.
I don't know how I got Morris Day from Daniel.
Nah, man, the guy from Gangs of New York. That guy.
Okay.
There Will Be Blood. Morris Day was with the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, okay. Morris Day being Lincoln does not make any sense.
Morris Day in the motherfucking time.
Oh God. So you told me you're excited about Kevin Smith doing He-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
It's supposed to be a continuation of the original He-Man series.
I watched his podcast today, and he said it's a continuation in like the time and era.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not playing off like where
the last episode left off.
Because that didn't really have a theme.
Because when someone told me that, I was like, I don't remember there being enough continuity.
There wasn't. And even he says that. He's like, that was taken out of context. Like, when we said that, we meant the era.
Yeah.
Not, because there was no continuity in the cartoon, so there's no story to pick up. You know, we're diving in.
It's like, and I mean, I haven't watched He-Man in years, so I was like, I mean, I don't know, but I don't remember there being that much continuity.
No, there was. He-Man was one of those cartoons. Was kind of like the '90s Ninja Turtles. You go back and watch the '90s Ninja Turtles. We love it for the nostalgia, but really like it's kind of a bad cartoon. Like sometimes like they'd get the voices wrong. Sometimes
not as often as the internet will make you think. Though the whole first season they got it right.
Yeah, but I mean, it still happened. It never happens this day and age.
It did happen. That's true.
You know, like cartoons today, I don't think make those mistakes so willingly or so easily.
I will say, speaking of cartoons today, Invader Zim Enter the Florpus is fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's like the new
Invader
the Rocco
Zim movie. Yeah,
I want to watch that. My friend Summer said she watched it and she's like, it's awesome. You can tell it's not exactly the same because I guess it's like a different art style, kind of.
Just vaguely.
Yeah, but that's cool. That's neat. Yeah. Wow, fucking 90s like animation resurgence. I wonder what's next. Doug? I'd watch a Netflix Doug movie.
Doug is owned by Disney.
That's true, but Disney's all about making deals. They'll be like, hey, Nickelodeon, do your version of Doug. That's the Doug everyone loves. Disney's Doug wasn't bad, though.
I never watched it.
It wasn't terrible.
I think by the time that happened, I was kind of done watching those shows.
No, well, good for you.
It's like some of those shows, like Rugrats. If they did a Rugrats movie, I wouldn't really want to watch it.
I never was that big into Rugrats.
I was, but now as an adult, I would probably like some things that Rugrats. Like, I don't know. I don't give a fuck about the precocious, cute kid.
Yeah.
Like baby anymore. Like, doesn't know what this word means, and I don't know.
Yeah, we're too far detached from that part of our life.
Yeah.
Damn.
But
now I'm depressed. All Real Monsters?
I would watch an All Real Monsters movie.
Yeah, that'd be cool. What else? Ren and Stimpy. I never was a big Ren and Stimpy guy.
I loved Ren and Stimpy, but now some things have come out.
Them, the Ant Word,
like it's coming out.
I'm telling you, man. Everybody's shitty.
Like one of the guys from Ren and Stimpy was a pedophile. Well, that's what came out.
Yeah.
The other one isn't. I think the artist is not, and the writer is. Thanks. I don't know for sure though, so don't go protesting someone's house on my account. Unless
we have that kind of influence.
Sony's.
Yeah, fuck Sony. And then to backtrack a minute, yeah, because I mean, really, that's all that's super interesting about that. Okay, I like Kevin Smith, Masters of the Universe. I don't care who you are, Masters of the Universe is just rad. I even like the movie. Ryan Horn gives me so much shit for liking the movie. I liked that movie.
I don't remember the movie.
Oh, the movie was fucking cool.
I've thought about giving it a shot because I mean, I like cheesy ass. Like I still like watching Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, dude, it's just like that. It's 80s cheese at its finest, but it's fucking He-Man.
Like at no point am I sitting there and going like this. That was a breathtaking performance.
Yeah, no, it's just that, like, you know, kitschy 80s-ness.
Yeah,
it's fucking how can you not like that? But I'm excited to see that it's animated because it'd be, you know, Kevin Smith's cinematic work doesn't lend itself well to like fantasy, you know. He did say like the themes are gonna be pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. It's an anime, like, so I guess it's like gonna be a serious show, but like a cartoon, like animated.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm psyched to see that. They said that there's not like any expectation right now to cross over with Netflix's She-Ra.
Right.
So,
which just popped into my mind a second ago.
Yeah.
I didn't think.
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
I've heard good things.
I've heard great things. I hear the opening, like, credits, like the opening sequence is fucking metal. So, but back to the Sony thing, man. Fucking Stan Lee's daughter comes out.
Yeah.
talking shit. She's like, I side with Sony. Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige, or Marvel executives or whatever, were like, treated my dad terribly. And it's like...
Well, I read her, like, at least a full quote of her.
Just making sure. Because we're doing good shit.
I'm going to start putting that... Anytime the feed messes up again, I'm going to put that sting from the Eric Andre show every time now.
Hell yeah.
So you'll know what that means. If you hear that sting from Eric Andre, it means that our feed cut out.
And it'll mean what we're talking about now might be completely different from where you left off.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I read like a full quote from her where she said, like, what it boiled down to was she was upset that Disney never called the family. So, like, I don't understand. And, like...
Called the family. His wife passed away before him. Like, he didn't really... I don't remember him saying his...
He didn't work for Disney anyway.
He didn't work for Disney, but at the same time, it's even like she said that they treated him terribly. But it's like, I got no indication that putting him in every single movie and giving him all the accolades and all the praise and, like, saying without Stan, none of it could be possible. And
I mean... I'm one that typically, because when George Carlin died, his daughter kind of took the reins.
Yeah.
And there were like she went public saying that she was anti-Trump and all this stuff, and that people started like messaging her on Twitter being like, your dad would be ashamed of you, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, you don't fucking know my dad. Shut up.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I've seen every George Carlin special. I've read all of his books. I'm never... ever gonna pretend that I know him better than his daughter.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But this seemed a little bit different in that, for one thing, weren't there reports that his family was treating him bad?
Like, it was his manager or something?
His manager was taking his money? Like,
nobody was watching out for him. He talked about his wife constantly. Constantly. Oh, like, it was always... What was her name? Joni?
I'm not sure.
I think it was Joanne or Joan Lee, I think it might have been. But he adored his wife. Like, when she died, it crippled him. Yeah. But he never really talked about his daughter, ever. She was never, like, really seen... I didn't know what she looked like up until she started talking shit.
I still don't know what she looks like.
So it's just like, I'm not real sure. It just seems like a real kind of shitty, opportunistic thing to do right now.
Maybe. And it has nothing to do with him.
And it has nothing to do with her or anything. Like nothing. Like, it's just like Marvel Studios and Sony aren't going to share this character anymore. I mean...
Yeah, she's coming out bringing up Stan's name as if it has anything to do with anything. Yes, he created Spider-Man and a ton of other people, but...
He really just seemed like he liked getting...
It's got nothing to do with that right now.
Yeah. He seemed like he likes watching the movies get made. Like,
at this point, J. Michael Straczynski has as much to do with it.
Yeah.
Dan Slott.
Yeah. That's just fucking weird. I don't like that lady. I don't trust her. But, you know, it's a headline, so.
Yeah. And that's half of my problem with all of it is just fucking... Half of it's just headline seekers. Yeah. There was a dude that came into the shop I was working at. I had to work at our other store one day. And this guy came in, and they have a copy of an Uncanny X-Men book. It's the first appearance of Jubilee, but I don't remember the issue number. It's graded at a 9.6, and it has Stan Lee's signature on it. And it's $400. And so he looks up, and he goes, why y'all got a $40 book up for $400? And we're like, oh, because it's signed by Stan Lee. And he was like, that's not a big deal. Like, Stan Lee, that's all he did for the rest of his life was sign books. I said, and he's never going to sign another one. And he just kept going on trying to tell me how a Stan Lee signature wasn't a big deal. And I'm like,
what?
Dude, it doesn't matter how many signatures Stan Lee has done. He will never do another one. What are you doing?
I changed my user code on the PlayStation, so I had to answer what that was.
You're resetting your PlayStation in the middle of the show.
No, I reset the PlayStation, like, login code because I have it. So Bane got the controller. He couldn't just, like, go on there and get crazy because there's a possibility of that. But
Are you sure you sent it to the right place?
Yeah, I didn't.
Jay sent me a text that was meant for his girlfriend, and let me tell you,
Yeah, man.
that dick looks way better in person than it does on camera.
I mean, it was a bad light, man. Who knew blacklight wasn't the thing to use?
Everybody.
Oh.
Except me. I used to use blacklight when I was a young goth.
Yeah?
I used blacklight in my room for the light.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I can't see anymore. Well, I have to wear glasses.
Damn. That must have been intense, trying to read and everything. Did you get a lot of migraines?
I don't know. I had a desk lamp for reading. So I didn't sit there and read in blacklight.
I just imagined
otherwise existed in blacklight.
I just imagined you just living normally in blacklight, doing homework.
I didn't do homework.
Yeah.
So what else? I've been rewatching
depressed.
the MCU.
Do you feel differently now watching all the movies? We watched Hulk the other day, and it was kind of. It didn't feel, watching the latter half of the MCU and seeing how the movies are made now. It felt kind of like you noticed the age on Hulk.
Yeah. I felt like that first phase especially was a lot more a product of its age and by the music alone, the fact that it had stuff like, Iron Man had the AC/DC soundtrack and it has the rock music soundtrack. Even the first Avengers had a Soundgarden song in the closing scene. But which I love Soundgarden. I'm not complaining about these things. But it's just definitely now it's more about the score.
Yeah.
Except for the Guardians movies.
True. But when they do use music now, they use music that's
I'm currently on Ant-Man.
It fits the tone. It fits the tone of the movie. Yeah, Ant-Man. Wow, you're burning through these.
Yeah, I am. Sometimes I watch 2 or 3 a day.
What came after Ant-Man? Doctor Strange? No.
After Ant-Man was Civil War.
Civil War, that's right. Wow. Remember when Civil War was the biggest thing to happen?
Well, I'll tell you this. Getting to Ant-Man so far, Winter Soldier still holds up. It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
And it's still arguably one of the best of the MCU.
Yeah. That was a really good one. They really did so well with the Captain America ones.
Yeah.
They really found their flow with the Captain America ones. They finally found with Thor.
I know in that first phase, I felt like the Captain America movie was the best one. And then definitely the second phase, Winter Soldier was my favorite.
I like the Iron Mans, too. A lot of people don't like Iron Man 2 and 3, but I like them both.
Oh, I love them.
They were just...
The only one I don't like... And, I mean, it's not that I don't like it. I do like it. That was the wrong way to put it.
But you're bound to like one of them the least.
My least favorite is Thor. And that's just because I don't care about Asgardian stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like the Thor movies got better with each sequel. But
for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, that is my least favorite.
Dark World was a little...
Probably followed by Incredible Hulk at this point.
Interesting.
I like Dark World.
It was alright.
The only thing that I found funny about Dark World is they totally ripped off an Animatrix skit.
Did they?
There's have you ever seen the Animatrix? It's a collection of anime done by different artists that take place in the Matrix universe.
Which is coming back apparently.
They are making that, which I got a complaint about that.
Ooh.
But yeah, there's one of the episodes or one of the little shorts in it involves this girl finds a little warehouse where there's a glitch in the Matrix, and it's got the kids can float in certain areas and stuff is floating here and disappearing here and birds are coming out of the floor, and it's just everything that they did in Thor Dark World later.
That's really interesting.
But the thing that gets that's not a huge complaint, but the thing that gets me, I am excited there's going to be another Matrix. It's going to have Carrie-Anne Moss in it. It's going to have Keanu Reeves in it.
Right.
And one of the Wachowski sisters is coming back. And
I bet you Morbius will make a cameo.
The only thing that gets me is Carrie-Anne Moss played Trinity. Keanu Reeves played Neo. Trinity and Neo were the only ones of the main crew to die at the end.
Yeah, well. So,
I mean, not counting the first movie where Tank and Dozier got attacked and stuff like that. But
it's supposed to be a direct sequel to the first one.
Yeah. And I mean, there's ways to bring them back. It's the fucking Matrix.
Yeah.
But, like, that was just the first thing I thought.
Yeah, I think they're doing like a Halloween thing where they're like, no. The other ones, those don't count. This is the actual, like Terminator, I think is doing.
A direct sequel to the first Matrix.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Terminator fucks around with timelines so much that they could really do anything.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, I liked Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions. The Reloaded was very long in the tooth.
It was
A lot of talking and bullshit philosophy, but the action sequences were fun.
Yeah. It was a movie.
I liked it.
That's how I feel about it. It was a movie.
I mean, I like the fact that, you know, they made that first Matrix,
Yeah.
and then they made like the Animatrix led into Matrix Reloaded. Like they did they made a video game that takes place in the middle of the movie. Like, you know, the scene when
Disney did that with Beauty and the Beast. They
Well,
did a movie in the middle of that movie.
You know the scene when Morpheus like falls off the truck and then like his ex-girlfriend pulls up in her car and he lands on the car?
Yeah.
In the video game you have to get to that point.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So like and that's what I mean, like it ties directly.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then like the Animatrix had like 3 shorts that, or 3 or 4 shorts that tied directly into the movie. Like they had the one where the kid who's like all fanboying over Neo and Revolutions is like, it's when he gets pulled out of the Matrix, and like they got the history of the Matrix, and feel like they did the one where ultimately the girl gets the information to Zion, letting them know that there's things coming to drill into it. So I mean, like, they made this huge world, and I just really liked it. I forgot. Went on a rant there.
I didn't care to see the last 2 more than once. I don't know. I'm one of those guys.
One of those guys that doesn't talk into the mic.
I'm talking into the mic. Where were we going with that before? Oh yeah, MCU. Yeah, man, it's crazy to think that, because the MCU doesn't need I'm going back to this. They don't need Spider-Man.
But it's nice to have him.
Oh, great. It's really great to have him. But Sony, I don't think, realizes that they're pulling Spider-Man out when we can be distracted by X-Men and the Fantastic Four. Like, it was great to see Spider-Man. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Loved him in Civil War.
Yeah.
Loved him in Endgame. Loved him in his 2 movies. And it was awesome to see him pop back up in Infinity War. Or Endgame. Like, I liked him in Infinity War. Cool to see him in Endgame. But it's like, Disney doesn't need to use... MCU gave us their next 2 years and nothing said Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So it's like, the MCU is not going to be devastated by this. Spider-Man will be. What
Sony fails to realize, and I'm bringing up boxofficemojo.com just so that I'm, not misleading anybody.
I like misleading people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel already had one of the top 10, or 2 actually of the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time before they even got Spider-Man in.
Yeah.
Because, wait, no, just 1. Sorry, it says Infinity War, not Age of Ultron, but because Marvel's Avengers is currently the 8th highest. Avengers Infinity War is the 5th domestically, anyway. Endgame is the 2nd domestically. Let me check the world one. But yeah, I mean, either way, they had found the mark, hit it, and we're off to the races.
Oh, for sure.
Long before Spider-Man was finally introduced.
Yep.
Like, Guardians of the Galaxy came out before Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, we don't really...
Oh, yeah, they're still... Oh, shit. Every Avengers movie is in the top 10 worldwide grossing movies. Number 10 is Age of Ultron. Number 9 is The New Lion King. Holy shit. How did that jump up to the top 10 highest grossing already?
Wow.
Number 8 is Furious 7. Number 7 is The Avengers. Number 6 is Jurassic World. Number 5 is Infinity War. Number 4 is Star Wars The Force Awakens. Number 3 is Titanic. 2 is Avatar. And the highest grossing movie worldwide of all time is Avengers Endgame.
Which, to be fair, didn't have that much Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
one movie out of the 10 highest grossing movies of all time has a good amount of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's in Endgame. But it's not a
so are a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Like the fucking Nova Corps is in Endgame.
Yeah. So
did you hear about what I think the Russos did about
what?
Endgame? They came out and said that Richard Rider was had a cameo in Endgame, that he was one of the Novas that came out of a portal. If you look closely, you'd see him.
Oh, interesting.
And fucking internet went nuts. And they were like, dude, we were just joking. We did not do that.
Yeah. That'd be so fun. That'd be cool if they did. Like, why didn't they do that?
I mean, they could have still said it. Oh, yeah, sure. He's in that plane.
Yeah, exactly. He was there. Believe us.
Yeah, whatever.
That's so.
I'm certainly not going to sit there and pause it and start digging
I'm not
through
start
fucking
counting people.
Novas.
It was yeah. The more you think about it, it's such a bad move on Disney's part.
Yeah.
Like because the more I think about Far From Home, Mysterio's whole drive was based off Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like Tony Stark played a major role in your sequel, like a bigger role than he played in Homecoming.
Yeah.
So how do you explain all this? Is it you're going to forget your history, or you're just going to say we're not going back to that?
Also, I don't believe it is 100% off the table yet, but it's definitely close.
Well, I mean, Sony's got to see this backlash and be like, we're going to put our foot in our mouth kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the who the fuck's gonna help Peter Parker right now? Everyone knows his identity. You put Spider-Man in a really shitty spot that really kind of like only S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers can get him out of. You just took away like a major support system for your hero.
Yeah.
At a time he needs it most.
By the way, you know who does not have a movie in the top 10 highest grossing movies worldwide?
No.
Sony.
Ooh.
I don't know what BV stands for. Buena Vista, maybe?
Buena Vista, probably, yeah.
That's the Disney one, though.
Yeah.
They have 6 of the top 10 highest grossing. Fox still has Avatar, but guess who has Fox now?
Yeah.
So let's make that 7. Paramount's got Titanic, and Universal has Jurassic World and Furious 7. So Sony.
That's a lot of movies, Sony do not have any.
My dudes.
So are we just giving up on movies and just focusing on PlayStation because you're done?
And I totally see this whole scenario going on as like some middle school student or something. Like, I just see Sony being like, yo, Marvel, we need your help. These Spider-Man movies are failing. And Marvel's like, word, we got you. And then they take Spider-Man and they make Civil War and Homecoming, and it's a fucking hit, and it works. And Sony's like, man, we're so good.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
And it's like they forget that Disney did it.
Yeah, exactly.
They think they did it, and they're like, why are we even giving you money?
Yeah. Yeah, because you know... And that's the thing, is like, if that report is accurate of Disney saying, we're going to give you more, we just want more in return, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, ultimately...
You're saving money, like, you're still making a shit ton. You're making more still off the half than you ever would have, even with full going forward.
Yeah. And I mean, ultimately, we don't know what went on back there. Yeah. We just know what we've heard.
Maybe it's all just a stunt to get us to not forget.
that Sony's.
Well, it's just like maybe they're
Sony's
just
like, y'all been getting too much fucking thumbs up over this stuff.
they're distracting us from something DC might be trying to do.
They're distracting us from the Amazon rainforest being on fire.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh well, we got bigger fish to fry, man.
Huh?
We got bigger fish to fry. Spider-Man's not in the MCU anymore.
We had a plan to do this episode where we talked about the MCU, and I was gonna like make a list of
let's do it.
what movies various characters show up in.
Yeah.
And then we ended up talking. This is like the MCU episode.
Well, I mean, that's
Sony. It was big news for us.
it's their fault.
Yeah.
They didn't need to do what they did. Let's do this.
Let me see if I can write small enough, because I'm doing this with a pad and pen.
Old school, man.
So in the first Iron Man
Is Iron Man and Happy Hogan
and Pepper
War
Potts.
Machine. Not War Machine, but Rhodey.
Okay. So we get Stark.
Are we doing actors or are we doing
Characters.
characters? Okay.
Rhodes.
And you got to count that one dude now.
What one, dude?
The one that Obadiah yelled at. Tony Stark did it.
No, we're just gonna go with named big characters. Like I won't even count.
Because he came back. He had 2 roles in the MCU.
He did, and he was in A Christmas Story. But
Oh, that was that guy.
yeah, but I'm also not gonna count like the dude that helped Iron Man build the suit and was also in Iron Man 3. So we get Stark, we get Rhodes, Hogan, Potts,
And the 10 Rings. Oh yeah, Potts. How did I
Fury.
forget Potts? Fury did pop up. That was the very first cutscene, or not cutscene, but end trailer scene that we ever got. Wow, Fury has been there since the very get-go, huh?
Yep.
Damn. One forgets that.
Incredible Hulk gave us Banner
Yep.
and
Thunderbolt Ross.
Should we count Blonsky?
Well, I mean, Plonsky only comes up by name once again. I mean, you can.
And it's not even in a
technically.
movie, really. It's in one of the one-shots.
Yeah, so
we'll stick with the ones that we know pop back up later.
Yeah.
Oops.
I mean, technically, the dude from Iron Man and Christmas Story, technically, he's had more roles than Plonsky.
Yeah.
Not you know.
The kid from Iron Man 3 has had more roles than Plonsky.
That's true. He's had more appearances. So if we're not counting them.
Yeah. So Iron Man 2, of course, brought back Stark. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
Stark's also in Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So Iron Man 2 brought back Stark and Rhodes and Hogan and Potts
Yep.
and Fury and introduced Romanoff.
Uh-huh. You said Hogan?
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much brought back everyone from the first one and added Romanoff.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Because you could say Justin Hammer.
Thor came out after that.
And Thor gave us Thor.
He gave us Thor. We're not gonna. I don't really want to delve into all the Asgardians.
Yeah. Well, we'll just say that they made it to Ragnarok.
Well, I'll go ahead and add Heimdall, Loki.
Loki for sure. Yeah. Loki for sure.
Loki, Heimdall. I really should have done this on my computer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
There's still time.
There's still time.
Yeah, Heimdall for sure. Anybody who you got to think later on who crosses over into movies that aren't their own.
Exactly. Because Heimdall does show up in Age of Ultron.
We are going to get to a point where it is interesting, where technically they are in this. They are. So, for instance, Thor was in Doctor Strange, but
Correct.
that scene was just a scene from Ragnarok. So, do we count that as 2 separate appearances? I guess.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
But it also crosses over so that Doctor Strange appears in Ragnarok.
True. Well, yeah, for sure. But yeah, it was the same scene.
Yeah, it was the same.
So since it is the same scene, that's
But
what
they
I'm saying,
did
it doesn't
extend
count.
it in the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That was such a good like cameo. Doctor Strange in a Thor movie.
Yeah.
Like what an awesome choice.
And I like how they did it too. Although it also implied that he was fully capable of grabbing Loki and throwing him into this like endless well.
Yeah.
But he couldn't do that to Thanos.
Well, Thanos is smarter than Loki.
I don't know if smarts has a lot to do with it, but I suppose.
Hey, don't poke holes in this.
I'm trying to find... I hate Windows.
Yeah, I do too.
This new Windows. Let's see. It's really not giving me any sort of just writing program. Wow. There we go. WordPad. That'll work.
I like it. We could do a notepad on the phone too.
Okay. Well, I was hoping I'd have like some sort of Excel spreadsheet.
I like how serious you're getting.
I know, right?
Fuck yeah. We're gonna make shirts of this.
Let's see. Iron Man gave us Stark. Rhodes.
So, this will be it. While you get caught up, I'm gonna talk about Chris Wakefield because we have to. We can't not talk about. Oh, Skeleton Crew might be going to war, by the way.
Why is that?
So I'm not gonna talk shit about Talk Nerdy because we might need their allegiance.
What happened?
My friend Justin Connors from college. He and I attended Full Sail University together, and I thought we're homies, but he has developed his own kind of his media company is called Ape Prime.
Okay.
And they have an esports division.
Okay.
And he was talking about how he had reached out to some people for some like Ape Prime, like either wearing their shirts for like promo material or like maybe doing something with Ape Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, funny. I wrote him. I was like, hey, I guess my invitation got lost in the mail. Or does this mean we're going to war? And I put a skull V gorilla in emojis.
Uh-huh.
And he said, he basically accepted the challenge to go to war.
Okay.
So
now we're going to war.
Skeleton Crew might be taking on Planet of the Apes. That being said, I'm not going to say anything negative about our associates from across the pond because in war, you need allies. And this is a call to arms. If Skeleton Crew does go to war with Ape Prime, I want to know that we have the full support of Talk Nerdy UK as a whole, and then independently Gaz Masters, Master of Movies, and UK Comic Crypt. That's what they're called, right? Undead Comic Cast.
Okay.
I want them collectively and individually. I want their allegiance pledged to Skeleton Crew. And Chris's Comics as well.
I will say you also wanted me to go to war against Sonic once.
Sonic the restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think you should.
Why?
I don't know. Why did I want you to do that?
Because they had aluminum foil in your cheese sticks.
Fuck yeah! I don't want that grievance to. No, yeah, we're still going to war with them. I'm not getting away with it that easily. Okay, so not only do we have their allegiance, or UK crew. I don't want none. I don't want them to go like who's neutral. Neutral. Switzerland. Don't be the Swiss. Don't go Swiss on us. Don't get cheesy. I want to know that you have skeleton crews back if we have to go against the ape people. He said, "What are we going to war over?" He's like, "Do you want my oil?" And I said, "No."
Then I took his oil anyway.
I said, "I prefer religious oppression. I want the apes to worship my death god. I want them to pay homage to the skeleton crew's skull as a deity." It's a good reason to go to war, right?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, if that's your thing.
That's our thing. My thing. Don't act like
I don't want to go to war with some monkey. Monkeys just want to monkey around.
We're doing this. Planet of the Apes will not happen here. Don't you think that's what this is? Ape Prime? That's subliminal messaging, man. He wants to take over the world and give it to the apes. And then Planet of the Apes will happen. And I'll get sent into the future where I have to see it. And then I'll find the Statue of Liberty and go, "Ah! You damn dirty..." Wait, what does he say? You ruined it.
Yeah, you ruined it.
You ruined it. Yeah, see? That's going to be real, man. That's going to be real. I'm going to be sent into the future to that day and age. And I'm going to be Charlton Heston in that exact scenario. And then, using their supreme ape technology, that's when I make myself a cyborg. Oh, or no, I'm a human on this ape planet and the apes turn me into a cyborg. That's what's going to happen. And that cyborg version of me finds a way back in time and tries to kill me in the present.
It's ridiculous that this entire time he's talking about this, I'm just typing up this bullshit about fucking Marvel Universe. And like, there's no point to it. I don't feel like doing it.
No, I like this. This is a great thing. This is why people listen to this podcast. So, yeah.
I'm on Iron Man 3.
Oh, are we picking up where we left off? Wait, no, I thought we were supposed to talk this. I thought we're doing it together.
Yeah, but...
I could keep going with this.
I didn't want to throw you off.
Oh, okay.
All right. Iron Man brought us Stark Rhodes, Happy Hogan, Pepper Potts, Phil Coulson, and Nick Fury.
Oh, yeah, Phil Coulson. Phil Coulson was huge in Iron Man.
Incredible Hulk had Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, and Thunderbolt Ross.
Yep.
Iron Man 2 had Stark, Rhodes, Hogan, Potts, Coulson, Fury, and Agent Romanoff.
Oh, man.
Actually,
Coulson was in 2, wasn't he?
Was he in 2?
He was in 2. Because
that's right. He had to be his babysitter for
Stark was on house arrest.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Land of Enchantment. Remember? They kept using that little New Mexico. It's the Land of Enchantment.
Yeah.
Wink.
Thor had Coulson.
Yep.
And it also had Thor, Loki, Heimdall, Eric Selvig.
Yep.
Jane Foster, Clint Barton.
Clint Barton. Yeah, I was waiting for that one.
So that gave us Hawkeye and Thor. Captain America had Nick Fury, Steve Rogers, and the Red Skull. Had a lot of others, but no one else really showed back up unless...
Bucky.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Bucky and I was going to say Peggy as well.
Yep. Well, Peggy only comes back up in her TV shit series. That's hard.
No, she's in...
She is in Winter Soldier.
She's a Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And
they talk about...
She's in Age of Ultron.
Is she in Age of Ultron?
When Scarlet Witch messes with people's heads.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, the dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She died, I think, in Civil War.
Yeah.
And then we don't see her again until Infinity... Or
yeah, they mention her.
Actually.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, we do see her, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know... I mean, I don't think I'm going to get that far.
No, we will. I believe in you. Where are we now?
Captain America. So Captain America gave us Rogers, Red Skull, Barnes, and Agent Carter.
Right. Wow.
Avengers has Stark, Pepper Potts, Agent Coulson, Nick Fury, Bruce Banner, Natasha Romanoff, Thor, Loki, Eric Selvig, Clint Barton, Steve Rogers. And it also gave us what was her name? Fury's kind of right hand girl.
Maria Hill.
Yeah, Maria Hill. Maria, I once knew an Agent Maria.
Did you count Thanos?
No, but he is in that, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
So that was Avengers. Iron Man 3 brought back Stark, Rhodes,
Potts,
and Hogan.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't think it really introduced anybody else that was important.
No, I mean, yeah and no. Not important yet. Like, 10 rings are definitely going to be coming into play. Do we say the Mandarin? Because technically we're introduced to the idea that there is a Mandarin.
Yeah, but he hasn't, even the idea of the Mandarin hasn't come up again.
It came up in that one, the one shot.
We're not counting one shots.
Okay.
Because those aren't movies.
Well, then you could also technically... Did they call him the Mandarin in Iron Man 1?
No.
No, they didn't.
They said that the
10 rings will be coming.
10 rings was mentioned in Iron Man 1, but Mandarin was not.
And 3. The 10 rings is that Mandarin was running the 10 rings.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Really? You didn't? Yeah.
First thing you did when you walked in here was get me stoned.
Iron Man 3, the terrorist group was the 10 rings. I still love it, even though he was the fake Mandarin. Yeah. I loved him as the Mandarin. Because technically, I mean, you know, if that's a mantle, like, he was the Mandarin for that movie. Even if it was a false one.
I guess after Iron Man 3 was Thor Dark World?
Yes.
And this got to a point where there weren't as many extra people getting put in here.
No. Thor's mom.
Yeah, like it was still Thor, Loki, Heimdall, Eric Selvig, Jane Foster. Like that crew was back.
Yeah.
But S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't involved.
Nope.
I'm running out of room.
Like, even typing it?
WordPad is only gives me so much room.
Wow.
I'm tired. All right, I'm gonna.
What time are we?
We're at 62 minutes, and I'm running out of room. I think I'm gonna. This is foolish, but I'm going to.
We'll continue this next time.
I think I'm gonna make a full spreadsheet.
I like that. Yeah. I will have the findings for you next episode.
Yeah. So that was phase 1.
Wow. This is quite the task.
Yeah.
JB, don't try to do this before us. You either, Thunderbolt. God, take our idea.
You better not. Come see me October 19th at the Cobra.
Yeah.
I'll be performing with Oliver Twitch, and we will be performing with DeCambrio, Bellhead, and Chop Chop Chang.
Chop Chop Chang?
Yep.
Wow. The Chop Chop Chang?
The one and only.
Fucking hell. Are they local?
Yes.
Are they the same kind of music?
Not quite as heavy, but yeah.
Yeah? Interesting. I'm fascinated by a scene that I don't know, like, anything about.
You're out of luck if you're hoping I'm going to come tell you some stuff. Because I haven't really stuck my head in the scene. Look What I Did is working on a new album. They put out 2 new singles. One is called Sympathy Porn, and the other is called Hands Off My Snacks.
Whiny bitches. Don't touch my snacks.
Don't touch my sacks.
Don't touch my sacks in this Sympathy Porn. Well, good for them. LealLegacy.com.
Do it.
Do that. And then just Leal Legacy anywhere.
What about that contest?
Oh, yeah. God, that's hard to explain right now.
Oh.
Go to your favorite podcast platform, Apple, Stitcher, Google Play Podcast, Spotify, and subscribe, rate, and leave a review. And, like, be sure to leave a review. That's the most important thing here.
Yep.
And every week, we're going to pick just somebody who says nice things about us and send them free shit. So
Stroke our ego.
yeah, and get free stuff. But you have to rate and review and subscribe, all 3. And you have to say something nice.
Yeah.
You can't give us bad ratings and bad reviews and think I'm going to give you something for free. What the fuck's wrong with
We
you?
want our ego stroked.
Yeah, we want to feel good about ourselves.
Not choked.
We don't need your
This is how we fish for compliments,
Yep.
y'all.
giveaway free stuff. So go do that.
So do it.
And you know what? People who've done it in the past, they count.
You know, I've still been wearing those skeleton crew shirts.
I mean, so do I. First gen skeleton crew shirts, man.
Yep. They're nice. They're cool.
They're collector's items.
They're not allowed at school. They might be. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
just right.
There's blood on them.
It's just
so
right.
maybe not. But you bring up a good point. Don't wear it to school, just in case. But all that. I don't know.
That's it.
That's it.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening. See you next time. You didn't hear us next time.
Now what would you do?